Welcome! This month's conservation initiative is with the Glossy Black Cockatoo.
This is Brett, one of the bird keepers here at Currumbin Wildlife Sanctuary, and I'll be talking about their work to help save the Glossy Black Cockatoo. So what is so unique about the Glossy Black Cockatoo?
Well, the Glossy Black Cockatoo is one of the obviously black cockatoo species we have in Australia, but they're an extremely specialised species, so they have very specific requirements, particularly when it comes to diet. So that has a very big impact on where they can live and how our impact on the environment has is a very big issue for them as a species.
Yeah. So what are their threats and how endangered are they?
So they are very much threatened across most of their range. So like most of your cockatoos, a lot of habitat loss, so particularly with tree hollows, a lot of their nesting opportunities, and with them being very, very specialised feeders, they do have to travel very large distances to a food source that changes a lot throughout the different seasons. So if food is not available in a good area, they may have to travel extremely large distances to find a good site in order to nest.
So what is Currumbin Wildlife Sanctuary doing to help save the Glossy Black Cockatoo?
So we're trying to work to promote these guys, so to get the word out, get it known that these guys are in a bad situation. So we're working quite closely with the Glossy Black Conservancy, which does a lot of work to try and monitor the populations of these guys, work out what habitat they're using, where they're living out in the wild, and how the changes to their environment are impacting on the population as a whole.
This is now the first bred Glossy Black Cockatoo. She just came out of the nest today. She's almost 3 months old. So Glossy Black Cockatoos take a long time to grow up, and she'll stay with her parents for a year. Glossy Black Cockatoos mate for life, so they must be pretty proud parents, and it's a huge achievement for them. Is that right? Yeah, is that right? You're beautiful. So why are they so difficult to breed, and when do they breed?
Well, we're pretty much right in the middle of their breeding season at the moment. So as you can see, we've actually got a chick at the moment who's just fledged from the nest. So he actually hatched about 3 months ago.
Alright.
So that's about typical breeding season for these guys. They can be fairly hard to breed in captivity. They have, because of their very specialised diet, so mimicking a good nutritional diet for these guys to breed on can be a little bit tricky, and it's very hard to supply them with the natural food that they would eat out in the wild as well. So this is actually the first chick we've bred, and that's because these guys are so young. So they're only about 5 years of age, so that is actually very young for a black cockatoo to start breeding.
Oh, wow.
So we're very proud of these guys to have to got one through so young.
Yeah. So what can everyday people do to help save Glossy Black Cockatoos?
Well, one of the big things is obviously looking after those nesting hollows in particular. So if you do have property that you can try and save those old trees that do have those hollows, and any where that you do have the natural foods that these guys eat, so the casuarina or the she oak trees that these guys feed on, to try and retain that that food supply, so they do have it available. And any opportunity to get that word around, but also to work in with the Glossy Black Conservancy. So they do a lot of work to try and monitor the population, work out where these guys are living, where they're moving, and how best we can try and help them out.
Yeah, last year I was a part of the birding day.
Yeah, so that's generally run twice a year, and that's to try and get a bit more information on where the populations are and how they're moving from one season to another.
Well, thank you for talking to me.
That's right, no problem at all.
See ya!